With the days getting warmer and the spring holidays upon us, my thoughts start drifting toward a really good brunch. And while many of us think of mimosas, Bloody Marys, or the occasional gin fizz, I want to share a new idea with you. Beer and beer cocktails with your brunch. I know, pouring a perfectly good craft beer into your cocktail may seem disrespectful and a waste of a really good beer. Stay with me here because we can use the flavors, the aromas, and even the textures to our advantage when we pair them with brunch and use them in our beer cocktails. I'm Jeremy Storton. I'm an advanced Cicerone and the host of the Good Beer Matters podcast. I've partnered with BrewDB to bring you a taste of BrewKnowledge. A Taste of BrewKnowledge is a series of videos to help you cook with and pair great beer with excellent food. In this video, we're going to talk about pairing beer and beer cocktails with your brunch. One of my favorite any weekend brunches is a simple assortment of pastries. Of course, the flavors can vary here, but they're almost always dominated by sweetness. A coffee stout with roasty bitterness and flavors of coffee and dark chocolate is a natural pairing with pastries. And no one has to know that's not coffee in your mug. Or you could take it in the opposite direction with something light and tart to contrast the sweet bread. This mimosa sour or nearly any kettle soured beer will be fantastic. A whiskey old-fashioned where an amber ale or a Maibach is substituted for the soda is surprisingly nimble when it comes to pairing with pastries. I call this a brewski old-fashioned. A favorite at my house is French toast, particularly Hawaiian French toast. With yogurt, chocolate whipped cream, toasted coconut, chopped macadamia nuts, fruit, and a drizzle of malt syrup boiled off from leftover wort. A coconut porter bridges flavors with the toasted coconut, but adds a soft, toasty bitterness to balance this brunch. Or keep the Hawaiian theme going by contrasting with a Mai Tai, except add a few ounces of a tropical IPA to balance the drink with a touch of bitterness and some carbonation to scrub your palate after each sip. Simple eggs and bacon are wonderfully fatty and savory. A Belgian wit beer will add a soft fruit and spice to this simple dish. Or try a grapefruit radler, either pre-mixed or make it yourself with your favorite light beer. The collision of the tart and bitter with your breakfast can be exceptional. Let's take those eggs and step them up a notch. Eggs Benedict often has hollandaise sauce, which is very rich and fatty, but it needs carbonation, bitterness, and light tartness to balance it all out. But there are many variations to consider, such as an Italian Benedict. My favorite beers to contrast with this, or any Benedict, is a tart Berliner Weiss or a hazy IPA with OJ and a float of dark rum. In my opinion, nachos are some of the world's greatest food. So when you add eggs and serve them for brunch, we call those chilequiles. Like any good Mexican food that's served for breakfast, a lager will get the job done. Even better, pair it with a margarita of the beer world, aka the salty and sour German Gose. But if you want to send your palate on a rocket ship to the outer reaches of the savory system, you need to eat your chilequiles with a beer michelada. A good michelada will have flavors of citrus, brine, and savory spice. When made with a beer like a blonde ale, the sweetness and the light bitterness bring everything in a perfect harmony. These are just a few of the many beer cocktail variations out there. You can substitute any beer or any beer cocktail of your choice, but it all comes down to being mindful of your flavors and being intentional about your pairings. Ultimately, I want these pairings to inspire you to go out and find your own favorite creations. If you want help, there are a lot of great books like this one that can help give you some great ideas. Just remember, there's a world of craft and culture found in every beer. Your glass awaits.